Hello everybody, welcome back to another NOS Pro Performance Tip. My name is Revan and I'm the Call of Duty guy here at Major League Gaming. Today we're going to be improving your hardpoint gameplay on the map Standoff. We're going to be going over the two most important hardpoints on this map, how to lock them down and how to break them. Alright, so the first hardpoint I want to cover on Standoff is going to be the blue hardpoint. So off rotation to the blue hardpoint, there are kind of three key positions you want to control, and one is going to be the back alley. This is where the players are most likely going to rotate after the green hardpoint. So set up in the back alley, whether you want to hang out over near yellow or be a bit more passive over near the bottom stairs, that's your choice. But in essence, you just want to control the back alley, and this is going to take a lot of pressure off the guy inside the hardpoint. So speaking of the guy inside the hardpoint, let's go over to him. The best position you could be in is laying down right under this windowsill. This is going to block anyone that climbs up onto the roof and tries to run through the window. They won't be able to run over you, so you're going to be able to get free kills from inside the hardpoint. And generally speaking, whenever you're in this position or you're the guy inside the hill, you don't want to challenge anything. Your job is to stay alive as long as possible and to rack up as much time as you can for your team. If you're anchoring for your team, obviously hay bales is the position to be in. You got a guy back alley watching there, so your job is to hang out over here and take a look at the playground side of the map. You want to make sure that no one pushes from the tractor, but don't challenge someone on that head glitch. It's a very tough shot to hit, and chances are you're not going to win that gunfight most of the time. There's one more player we need to cover, and his job is to watch the middle of the street. He's going to be your roaming submachine gun slayer, so he can be aggressive on any part of the map he wants to be. Whether he's front yellow, you can hang out near the blue van, you can be aggressive over near the middle of the street, even push up near the middle of the truck. But the spawn points you want to look out for in this position are over near back packages, and of course the back alley spawn. Now, you could also double team the guys in the back alley. If they're getting that spawn point, you could help out player number one who's set up over near that area. So just make sure you're communicating with your team, and you'll lock down the blue hardpoint and secure at least 50 seconds. Alright, let's take a look at the second hardpoint I want to cover on this map. We're going to be moving over to the back red two-story shop, and this is where we really see teams solidify their lead or make a late game comeback into the game. They're able to lock this one down and most importantly earn score streaks. This is where we see a lot of players juggle the hardpoint and use the positioning to their advantage. So let's hop into the gameplay and see your ideal setup for the red hardpoint. Alright, so moving on to the second hardpoint, it's going to be back red. So off the rotation from the blue hardpoint, it's going to be very tempting to run right through player ground and take control of packages, but I highly recommend you don't do that. Your best bet on trying to break this hardpoint is flooding through wood and through the L wall. So when you're going through L wall, obviously the key position you want to take control of, it's going to be back hay bales over here. That's going to get your team the better spawn, but there are a couple positions you got to look out for, like the wood barrels here, top green, and of course inside the stables. So make sure you use those smoke grenades to your advantage, break the hard point, and then when you're breaking this hard point, where you want to go is eventually you want to go from this story here and up top at the same time. Just having a guy up top in red, it's going to be such a nuisance for whoever's controlling the hard point. Off the start of the hill, you're going to see players, they like to push out towards packages, but as the hard point gets lower and lower through the amount of time, they're going to be turtling it for a little bit. And the ideal setup you want inside the hard point is, I like to have one guy just laying down behind the desk. When someone contests the hard point, it'll say contested on your screen, so you could pop up and take them out from there. But you also have a teammate on these stairs just kind of peeking out, letting you know, hey, there's a guy coming in for packages. So two guys inside the hard point, but where are the other two going to be? Well, of course, you want your anchor player over near the stables here, whether he's, using the head glitch over at the hay bales, looking around, or just hanging back in stables. And then you got the roaming support player. I like for him to be a bit aggressive over towards the top of the street. You got the anchor player pretty much watching his back, so he could be aggressive over near the red car and putting shots over into players crossing the packages, or he could be a little bit passive, kind of help out the anchor player by watching, the back alley over here if he wants to set up near the wood barrels, or even inside green towards the back alley, wherever you feel is comfortable and could help out your team the most. Alright, so that's the back red hardpoint. Hopefully you guys implement that in your gameplay and lock it down next time you run into it. So that's it for today's NOS Pro Performance Tips. For more tips, head over to MajorLeagueGaming.com/NOS.